When you're at the top of your game like this, sometimes a goal could make a difference because it's unexpected.
Exactly.
And,
Rattles the other team.
Absolutely. And this is what Fleming's got to think. They got to think about there's no sense sitting back anymore. Losing by 10, 3, whatever.
Still losing.
It's still losing. So you got to possibly change it now. I'm just wondering if you change the formation here. Hard to tell on a kickoff, but once they get going here.
Turnover right away. Les Élans ont la balle. On essaie de contrôler le jeu encore une fois ici.
I think they stayed with the 4-5-1 formation here. And right away, Garneau's right on their toes. Right away.
Encore le contrôle du ballon, numéro 14 ici. Amélie Cloutier avec une passe à Charlotte Gagnon qui contrôle encore le milieu.
During the halftime there, Dave, I had an opportunity to talk with NAIT's goalie Ashley Drake and asked how she's doing, and she's a little bit sore. She says that she took a pretty good knock on her ribs there, and she finds it hard to breathe. So we'll see how things go.
It's not a surprise. She met up with, as we mentioned, one of the bigger players on Garneau's squad, and you could hear it from here. It was quite a contact.
Yeah, it was a loud crunch, to say the least.
Donc, les Élans de Garneau ici affrontent les Knights du Collège Fleming. C'est toujours 3-0. On vient juste de commencer la deuxième demi. Et puis, comme dans la première demi, les Élans sont à l'attaque. Ils mènent le jeu depuis le début, avec les Knights avec une seule opportunité de marquer un but, tandis que les Élans ont au moins une dizaine de chances au but.
Another corner for Garneau here, and they're going to try to make the best of it. It's a good cross there, good knock on. No, so one player's in the backfield's down for Fleming. She seems to be struggling. Oh, she's up now. Garneau's like a giant tidal wave. It just keeps coming and coming.
Fleming has to find a way to be that rock that breaks the wave a little bit, but right now they can't seem to get it going.
No, they're struggling getting out of their own end. There we go. They finally do get it out, but then again, you got 1 against 5, and chances are the one's going to lose out.
Well, again, those clearing attempts they weren't a half or anything. We're talking,
yes.
They've cleared out 20 yards maybe, and that's right into the zone where there's a bunch of Garneau players waiting for the ball.
Other than on 2 occasions, the Fleming really hasn't gotten out of their end. And number 14, McKenna Huggins for Fleming, the lone striker, is just running herself ragged.
If the award was given on a first half, I think my vote will go for her for player of the game for the Fleming Knights.
She certainly has not let up, has she? She's just go, go, go.
But there's still a half to play here, so we'll see if things change on that front.
You show respect for your fellow players and for your team you're playing against, but sometimes you go overboard with the respect because respect is earned, and in order to earn that respect, you got to let them know that you're in the game. Mm-hmm. And at this point, I think that Fleming's being too gracious as hosts to Garneau.
I think Fleming just forgot that they made it to the provincial championships. They are a team to be reckoned with. But I guess they see the bright lights playing number 1 ranked team, and I mean, that's bound to happen.
But only they can change that. So this is an opportunity of a lifetime for them, something that they'll always remember.
And on the other side, Garneau's doing exactly what they're supposed to do.
we keep talking more about Fleming and things that they should be doing. You're absolutely right. Garneau is keeping their shape. They're staying within their game plan. They continually attack from the flanks, putting the ball across to finish.
That's right. Donc, c'est ça, les élans, ils jouent un match assez formidable. On parle souvent des Knights ici à cause que c'est l'équipe haute. On parle toujours des Knights, de qu'est-ce qu'ils ont à corriger, mais réellement, les élans jouent très, très bien. Ils maintiennent leur formation. Et puis, lorsqu'il y a des chances à marquer, ils n'hésitent pas.
The tall center back for Garneau, Florence Duval, she was able to take a shot for about 30 yards out without anyone putting pressure on her, and you can't do that.
And don't forget, she was the player who, about the 25-yard mark, just grazed the top of the crossbar. Right. The laser beam.
I
wouldn't give her any space whatsoever.
You need to cut down the space. Absolutely. It's important you do that. And she'll continue to get confidence from that.
Now I'm still looking if number 18, Evelyn Vien, the All-Canadian, for one of the All-Canadians from Garneau, is on the field, but I think that she is not going to get into this game today. And I believe as well that the other All-Canadian, number 7, Mireille Patry, has been taken out of the game for Garneau. So they're resting some players, I guess.
I would, if I was Garneau's coach, I would probably think, why would I chance getting one of my star players injured?
Exactly. Yeah.
I've got enough quality on the field right now that I don't have to put them on at this point. I can save them.
Donc, on vient juste de mentionner que les deux pan-canadiennes pour les élans des Garneau, soit Mireille Patry et Evelyn Vien, ne sont pas sur le terrain de jeu en ce moment. On croit que c'est à cause que les entraîneurs veulent simplement garder ces filles-là sans blessure pendant ce match ici. Et encore une fois, des élans, on manque le haut du filet. So another scoring chance.
Well, that was by Jade Bourgogne.
Bourgogne.
And she demonstrated her speed there. She ran by Fleming's number 5 as if she wasn't there. Kaylee Davis just ran right by her, and it wasn't for the fact that she was all balanced. When she took that shot, she could have scored another goal.
It seems that Garneau have been well coached in how to strike a ball because they have laser beams of her shots. They're all straight as an arrow and where you want them to go. They just seem to be missing high a little bit.
Well, I mean, the caliber of play for Garneau is
the good work on the control of that ball.
The only thing I guess he would say to him, look, they've had two opportunities that could have changed the course of the game. So let's be realistic here and not, don't take them for granted, See that Garneau's playing with 3 in the back.
Yeah, I guess they decided to put a little bit more control in the middle of the field.
Well, they've pushed up. They certainly have more people in the midfield taking charge. And look at this. They're outnumbered.
There's an opportunity.
She still has the ball. Look, she's got 3 players on her, and she still managed to control the ball, and they still get the ball back. Nice switch to the outside. Good challenge by Fleming. And I think the ball's still alive. Garneau just earned themselves another corner kick.
Beau jeu des élans de Garneau. Ils continuent à mettre la pression et ils se sont mérités maintenant une autre bottée du coin. Et une autre chance à marquer un but. So looking forward, if the match stays this way and Garneau ends up winning this one, they're looking at meeting the other team from the RSAQ, being the Indiens from le Collège Ahuntsic, which that should be a very good match tomorrow.
Yeah, cracker. And on the other hand, if the game ends with Fleming losing, I think they have to take on Algonquin Thunder.
Which is another challenge.
It's not easy. Well, when you reach this level, you got to expect that. But having said that, that was two teams prior that took a bit of a shellacking at 6-0, and anything's possible. New game tomorrow for these teams, and they might come out just smoking hot.
If you're a fan of the Knights, that's all you can hope for. The team comes ready tomorrow to play, and they're going to play a hungry Algonquin team that just lost a game, a really tight, great game.
Well, Algonquin's not used to losing.
Exactly.
So I'm sure they're going to come back like gangbusters tomorrow, and if anybody gets in their way, they're going to steamroll them.
Coming off is number 5, Kaylee Davis, or number 7, Jenna Baptiste.
Donc, les élans ont la balle à leur défensive. Encore une fois, les Knights attendent l'attaque.
Kaylee Davis is just taken out from the back for the Knights. She's a strong player. Look at, whoa, there is an opportunity there.
Ouh, un tir au filet juste raté par la numéro 5, je crois, Stéphanie Fortin. Non, désolé, la numéro 13, qui est Jade Bourgoin. That's Jade Bourgoin again. I think she's been all over the place today.
Well, see,
we're saying her name quite a bit.
They've got so many people that they can rely on. Garneau. Again, here we are, Dave. We're talking about the space. The center back for Garneau had about 20 yards in front of her. She took that space rather than passing the ball. She took it to her advantage instead of throwing it up. There it is again in the middle. Look at the space. Look at the distribution of the ball here.
A little slip from a player there.
Here's the ball's put up. Here we go. Here's another opportunity. There's speed on her. And, well, there you go. After all said and done, that's by McKinnon. Huggins did that all on her own. And she didn't give up on the ball, you know this? Goalie made a great save, and she came back and put it in the back of the onion bag. This will be interesting now.
Yes.
And with the two opportunities that Fleming missed in the first half, obviously, they can apply some pressure of a sort, but
right out of the gate, you can see Fleming is a little bit more aggressive. They're coming up a little faster.
Like
they're not giving the space.
Nothing to lose here.
They've got a little bit more of energy now. Let's see if they can carry it over. Pour les élans, c'est peut-être c'est pas plaisant d'avoir un but, mais peut-être ça va leur réveiller encore plus, d'ajouter la pression et de continuer leur attaque, mais maintenant de finir lorsqu'ils ont des lancers. So I guess that's the other side of the thing, is it might wake up Fleming, but it might also wake up the sleeping giant, which is the Élan Garneau, or Garneau Élans.
That was a poor throw-in by Fleming there, if you noticed. Rather than looking to throw the ball long into Garneau's space, the ball was thrown short, and it wasn't even thrown in the proper manner that the player could receive the ball to control it. So here we go again. Garneau's got the ball. But Fleming, might turn into one of those bad penny things. Just can't get rid of it.
Everybody has a puncher's chance.
Absolutely.
Just got to keep punching.
That's right. Now you notice that Garneau, after that goal, has in fact dropped playing with the double player in the back. So they're playing a stopper sweeper somewhat. They're making sure that there's one last person behind another defender.
Well, the other thing is I think Garneau has taken off quite a few of their starters to give a little bit of experience to their bench. And another strike. That was number 15 again.
One more time.
Florence Duval. Un tir exceptionnel encore une fois de Florence Duval. So there still are a few starters for sure. I'm not saying it was a complete overhaul. But you can see they're not as crisp as they were at the beginning. And
Now, I understand the ruling here is that each team has 5 substitutes.
I believe, yes.
Now, under FIFA rules, you can't go back on once you're taken out, but I think it might be different under the CCAA.
I'm not sure at this point, to be honest with you.
Because that, if that's the case, a team could put themselves in a lot of trouble.
Yes.
Because if you take out some key players thinking that you've the game's in hand there, you might end up losing it. Again, you see how Garneau is challenging the keeper from a distance, so maybe they've got some scouting information that we don't.
Maybe they heard about the rib soreness as well. Verifying if she still has that extension in that lift.
Yeah.
To stop those high shots, because they've all been pretty high shots.
They have been. Like you mentioned, number 15, Florence Deval. She's taking it to him from the central position there because they're allowing the space. Again, look.
Un beau jeu et un
Walked in. Nobody stood her up. Fleming once again had an opportunity to come back on their heels rather than going to the attack, and boom. Now Garneau's up by 3 goals again.
We were talking about that impact that it might have on waking up the sleeping giants, so
yeah, it's
going down that road. Donc les élans viennent juste de marquer, encore une fois, c'est 4-1 dans la 62e minute environ du match.
4th goal scored for Garneau by number 4, Chloe Pelletier-Raté.
So the 4th goal here was scored by Chloé Pelletier-Raté. Donc le but c'était marqué par le numéro 4, Chloé Pelletier-Raté.
Once again, you notice that Fleming's dropped their heads after getting that goal. They really, can't overemphasize the fact that they need to remain positive and take it as an experience, but at the same time, stay up.
Yes, definitely.
Stay up. Don't be dropping your head.
I mean, at the very least, if they can come out of this game scoring a couple goals against this team, they've given up 3 all season. So already with 1, that's something to hang your hat on here, but don't give up, don't stop.
There was a great save there by Ashley Drake, keeper for Fleming. And not all is lost. I mean, you can lose this game, like you mentioned, you go into the bronze medal round. So
that's right.
They can take the experience from this and expand on it. That was a great ball, by the way. Great penetrating pass in behind the Fleming defense, and that's what you're looking for as an attacking team. You always want to make those penetrating passes, which would make the defenders turn away from the ball, and that was a great opportunity there. Now I noticed that Garneau's changing their keeper here for some reason. Maybe I believe that coach from Garneau has a lot of confidence in his team.
I would say so.
He's taken out 2 major players. Changed the goalkeepers. This is not normally seen in this type of competition. So,
there was one clarification that I wanted to bring up about substitutions. I believe at half you have unlimited substitutions. Then throughout the game you do have a total of 5.
Okay.
So that's why I think we were seeing a few non-starters on the field right now.
So although you normally you can carry 18 players on the roster, only 5 can change. So.
That's true.
Right.
Yes. So yeah, it's odd that we see the goalie changing. Donc oui, nouvelle gardienne maintenant dans le match. On a le numéro 22, Elodie Lauzon, qui remplace la numéro 1, Myriam Labrec.
One more time, there's a dangerous corner kick. Every corner kick is dangerous when it comes to Garneau.
Went a little long, I think, that time. Un autre tir qui est bas. On espère pas une déflexion dans les jambes. Les élans continuent leur attaque. Encore une fois. Les élans contrôlent toujours le ballon. Numéro 9, Claudie Perrault. Une passe au centre. On récupère le ballon à la gauche, toujours à la gauche. Et là, on va changer le positionnement du terrain. On va aller à la droite. On va créer un shift dans la défensive. Donc, un repositionnement.
You know, Dave, I find it interesting that if you have limited substitutes, and again, it has to come to the coach having the confidence of making these changes, to change a goalkeeper for a player, an out player, like, and I don't know these two young ladies. I'm sure they're equally great versed in the playing goal, but I as a coach, I'd question the fact that you would change a goalkeeper. And rather than starting that goalkeeper the next game.
I think maybe the only thing that comes to mind for me is she hasn't faced very many shots to date. Not much action, and it's quite chilly out. Therefore, you maybe don't want to put that goaltender in that position where if that one save where all of a sudden now she has to move and you maybe injure your top goaltender for the rest of the tournament.
Well, there's still approximately 30 minutes left in this game. It's 4-1. I understand that. But if this turns to 4-2 and you get one player injured, now you're down to what? 3 changes.
Yes.
And that's a key decision.
Like you said, the coach seems to have confidence in his team.
I'm sure he knows exactly what he's doing.
It's easy for us to play the armchair quarterback over here. And
you know, if I was blessed with these kinds of players, I would, I'd be switching and diddling, and doing all this kind of stuff, making as many changes as possible to keep them fresh. But at the same time, like I say, from my understanding is that the losing team ends up playing 4 games, which requires a lot more players to play, and the winning team goes to 3 games. So maybe that might be one reason why he wants to get the goalkeeper in.
But now let's speak about this from the other side. If you're Fleming, wouldn't you want to press up a little bit, try a shot on her, test her a little bit?
Well, that you have to have the ball to do that, though.
That's true. That's very true.
Gariano is not willing to give him that opportunity just yet. But you see, you could play what's called direct soccer. So by that is getting the ball up. So possibly, not to second guess the coach, but possibly pulling up another striker up top. 6 of one, half dozen the other. So I sacrifice defense to add another striker. But then, as I mentioned, what's the difference if you lose by 1 goal or 10 goals?
Exactly.
At least, you're putting up a fight.
Well, again, it's easy for us to be the coaches on the sideline here.
Oh, listen. If I had $1 for every time somebody made a recommendation to me, I'd be rich.
Donc, on retourne à l'action ici. Les élans contrôlent le ballon. La numéro 14, encore une fois, Amélie Cloutier, essaie de contrôler le jeu pour les élans. Sans succès. Mais il va y avoir un lancer libre. Et les élans vont voir s'ils peuvent marquer encore un autre.
Garneau continues to take the play to Fleming.
Donc, pour ceux qui viennent juste de nous rejoindre, c'est 4-1 pour les élans de Garneau dans la 69e minute. Le match est en main pour les élans. Ils continuent à jouer le même style qu'ils jouent présentement. Ils ont beaucoup de chances à marquer. Et puis, les Knights, ils essayent de faire leur mieux en ce moment.
Again, the lone striker up there, like the Lone Ranger here. It's they're really struggling up top. There we
And speak of the devil, here she is.
She needs a little bit of support now. She's got 3 or 4 people going at her. The transition is what's missing from Fleming here. They just don't transition quick enough. And as you saw in that case there again, they're depending on one player, Huggins, to get the ball and run, rather than telling her to hold the ball and getting somebody to spread to the outside, and then opening up the defense for Garneau.
Sorry here, Stan. I think there's another injury here to the keeper.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to talk to her at halftime, and she, like I say, she was complaining of receiving a knock to the ribs, and I think this might be, I don't know, she was hurting then. I think this might be the end of her playing here.
Well, you don't want to put her at risk
this
early in the tournament. You have more games to play.
No.
So.
And the other thing, too, you make a change. You're not Garneau, where they can make the change at 4-1. But in this case, you're putting in another goalkeeper who hasn't even touched the ball yet, So
it's a risky play either way, I guess.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So as they have a look and see at the goalkeeper, Ashley, we can tell you.
To the Garneau player number 13, Jade Bourgeois.
No, we did those two only. So that one. Yeah, we could take the time here to maybe highlight some of the other All-Canadians that received that award at the banquet last night. We can start with Lauren Good from the Red Deer Queens in the ACAC. Good, she's a keeper. She backstopped the Queens to an 8-0-2 record and first place finish in the ACAC South Division. A fifth-year player, which is rare these days, allowed only 5 goals all season, and good strives for excellence both in herself and those around her, and is a great vocal communicator who directs her teammates with considerable knowledge and aptitude.
And Kyla Michaels, NAIT Ooks ACAC Division. Michaels led the Ooks to a perfect 10-0 record for the second straight season. The fifth-year striker and now 2-time All-Canadian led the ACAC in scoring with 18 goals in 10 games. Michaels, an extremely versatile player who also contributed defensively this season, is an unselfish character and an incredible work ethic.
So actually, while we were away, the keeper for the Knights, Ashley Drake, actually stayed in the game, to our surprise a little bit. So I guess she was fit to continue.
Well, here's another opportunity here.
Et puis là, maintenant, les élans, encore une fois à l'attaque. Ils vont essayer de mettre encore plus de pression sur la gardienne de Fleming, qui est restée dans le match après sa blessure.
Oh. Speaking about Ashley Drake, we were talking about her commitment to the team and getting stuck in there for the team. You can see here how she's still staying in there rather than pulling herself off. And I know she was in a lot of pain, but
gutsy performance.
Absolutely, she's. You can see she's hurting a bit, bending over, trying to grab her breath.
Un lancer du coin pour les élans. Et puis, il manque le filet. Donc, le ballon à la gardienne de Fleming.
Garneau on the set plays have had numerous opportunities on corner kicks, but haven't capitalized as much as I thought they would. You know, I really thought that they, given the strength that they have, Fleming's been able to, stand up and take care of business.
Substitution for Fleming Knight. Coming on is number 18, Bobby Young, for number 31, Rachel Schumacher.
I tend to agree with you, but again, maybe I'm just... another nice strike from Garneau Elans. Again, maybe the coach is very confident in his team. And he's giving an opportunity to some of his bench players early in the tournament here, and maybe they don't have that polished finesse like some of the starters do.
Well, you know, they've had numerous opportunities here, and I'm just saying that their set plays on corner kicks, or tactics, if you will, I thought that they'd be able to finish better than what they have. And luckily for Fleming,
they missed the mark.
They've missed the mark. But again, I wouldn't want to give them too many more opportunities because they're going to prove me wrong. Well, I don't know. Yes. What's the call here? Free kick, I believe, for Garneau, is it not?
Yes, I believe that was what the call was.
Yeah. Here we go again, another set play from the corner.
La numéro 9, Claudie Perrault, qui va essayer probablement un cross à ce point-ci. So here's another chance to evaluate their set plays. A low ball.
That was a much better. That was a good strike on goal, and again Drake came across, and she managed to take care of business.
Donc les élans continuent encore une fois leur attaque. Le numéro 21, Noémie Fortin, est au centre du terrain. On croit qu'elle joue un rôle de sweeper dans cette région-là. Elle protège, mais elle supporte aussi le milieu.
Poor clearance there by Fleming. And there's a better one. However, thank you, the goalkeeper is saying, let's try again. And you notice, Dave, that they're not thumping the ball up from the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper's actually looking to put the ball to feet so that they can do something with it.
Control it a little more, yeah.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Here we go again. Talk about triangles. There you are. There's a triangle right there.
But I think it just goes to show you that last play how much the Fleming Knights are depending on McKenna Huggins up in front there.
Mm-hmm.
They just kicked that ball up, and the whole team was yelling, go, go, go. But McKenna Huggins was on this side of half.
Well, they're playing a roulette game there because, you know, like I say, she's always got at least 3 people on her. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, other than her God-given talent and speed, you know, it's tough. You know, you can't take away from Garneau. They're just, the way they're playing, they're very relaxed, and they're able to distribute the ball from one side to the other. And other than a couple of chances for Fleming, most of the play's been in the Fleming's end.
Definitely. Yes, Garneau is. It's been quite a joy to watch, to be honest with you, just to see the play, the passing plays, the control of the ball.
You know, from experience, coaching experience, like you play a team like Fleming who's playing hard, and like their organization's a little bit different, and then having to move on to the structure of another team that plays a different structure and shape. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, but you know, who can argue the fact that Garneau can adjust? You know, they are number one for a reason.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Yeah. Now they have a free kick here, and it looks like it's the 19.
And the angle of this free kick here, and especially if this girl's left-footed.
It looks like she is, yes.
So it's going to be an in-swinger. And unfortunately, it goes over. Yeah.
This has been happening all day for actually pretty lucky for Fleming. They've probably missed, I wouldn't guess any less than 7 or 8 chances above the net.
At least.
Yeah. Donc les élans continuent à avoir des tirs au filet, mais ça a l'air comme les élans tirent par-dessus le filet. Les Knights sont chanceux de cette opportunité. Toujours manqué des élans.
You can hear the parents on the side even coaching here saying, come on, ladies, let's force it, meaning Fleming, because they are, in fact, sitting back, and they're letting Garneau take it to them. Here's another opening for Garneau. challenge there.
Okay, here's a break for Fleming. Let's see if they can advance.
Now again, have a look. There's only one striker up. You got to do something. Maybe play a short ball here into the middle and then work your way up. But to dump it in, I think they're just going to kick it long again. There you go.
Yep.
And don't even get it over halfway.
The right side of this defense here was
all open.
Quite open. Could have controlled that ball a little bit. Donc, c'est intéressant à voir les deux styles de jeu. Évidemment, les élans sont très, très fortes à l'attaque. Mais les Knights de Fleming semblent vraiment juste contentes à gagner l'espace et juste laisser les élans faire ce qu'ils veulent.
There's a good challenge there by Fleming. Again, kicking the ball away is not the answer. You know, Evan Pellerud, he used to coach Canada women's team a number of years ago. A reporter asked him one time, what's your strategy of this game against another international team? And he says, to put the ball in the opponent's end as much as possible rather than our end. And he says, I don't want you to think it's going to be a hoofing game. It's going to be defensive only, putting the ball in. And that's from a man that won a couple of World Cups.
Well, that doesn't sound like too bad of a strategy if you ask me. I'd rather be the one applying the pressure than receiving the pressure.
Yeah, it's no secret. You got to play it in the opponent's end, not yours.
I mean, we're at the half line here, and a lot of the action has been happening to our left in this second half in the Fleming defensive zone.
Both teams play again tomorrow. So, Garneau is passing the ball, letting the ball do the running. Fleming is constantly running here, there, and everywhere.
That was a nice through ball that wasn't able to be controlled. That was a nice ball from Jade Bourgoin.
Here we go again. Both players, hard challenge there.
Donc, Amélie Cloutier contrôle bien le ballon, déjoue un adversaire, et là, on lance la
ball.
balle.
Here we go again. Huggins once again shows her speed. Nobody in the middle there. The ball's just kicked in. Nobody's there to pick it up, unfortunately, for Fleming.
Donc, une belle défensive des élans. Élimine la chance pour les Knights de marquer un deuxième but.
Fleming had a bit of pressure there. They should have been more consistent, keeping him in there rather than kicking the ball here helter-skelter there.
Yeah. It almost seemed like they were surprised, actually, to have the ball in that zone. Not to sound crude, but you could tell they were just kind of, oh, I guess I'll pass it over this way.
Yeah.
Although they did come out with a chance, if they could have just controlled a little bit more.
Again, it's a transition game, not enough support.
Yeah.
You can see, of course, Garneau can take their time now. They can play around the ball.
They seem to be doing that, actually, because they had a chance offensively on a counterattack, and they only sent 3 players. Left everybody else pretty much in the middle of the field.
There's only approximately 6 minutes left in the game, plus the referee's extra time. So Garneau can afford, in fact, to hold on to the ball, play with it, give everybody a touch of it. They really don't have to score any more goals.
No, there's no goal differential in this tournament or anything to that effect. It's straight up wins and losses. Therefore, winning by 3 goals or 10 goals makes no difference to Garneau at this point. Just the key word is winning.
There are individual stats though involved. That's still the way it is. Again, here we go. Fleming needs to push. Now's the time they need to push players up, right? You know, because there's absolutely Garneau has dropped right back, allowing them to do so.
Exactly. So you were speaking of that gap area.
Mm-hmm. So here in this case, rather than putting the ball deep, play it short, carry it up, then decide whether you're going to kick it in or not. But by putting it in this is now a 50-50 ball when it's up in the air like that. See? And
you've lost the ball in that
tall
gap.
player in the back says, thank you very much. And here we go again. Now look at the difference in the transition of the Garneau players, how quickly they move up. Here's a 1v1 situation on the flank. Nice ball there. And Fleming's able to put it out. They're on the attack again. Ooh, great.
Avise le poteau gauche. She was aiming for that outside.
Great shot there. But again, a bit of desperation on Fleming's part to just thump the ball, especially in the middle where number 15 is for Garneau.
Yeah, Florence Duval.
Florence has been playing absolutely steady game back there, and not to mention the cannonading shots.
Yes.
To take the adjective from Danny Calavan.
I would imagine she'd be on the short list for player of the game for Garneau at this point.
She's been very solid in the back. Very solid. Here you go again. Garneau just let Huggins run ragged there. Again, an opportunity to Hesse to come back, maybe do a combination play rather than kicking the ball long like that. Oh, there's a nice goal there. Great setup.
Très beau but par la numéro 3, Charlotte Gagnon. Une excellente passe. There was no chance for the keeper on that one.
You can hear the frustration on Ashley Drake, the goalkeeper for Fleming, screaming at her defense there. There was absolutely no reason why that player should have got the ball. There was no pressure on her whatsoever, and her frustration is starting to show.
This goal scored by Garneau, player number 3, Charlotte Gagnon.
Again, you can hear Drake calling in the back there in the net. Very frustrated at her defense in front of her. And you can't blame her.
Cannot blame her whatsoever. Her and McKenna Huggins have given it their all today.
Absolutely.
Not to say the rest of the team hasn't played hard, but they had that extra passion, those two ladies.
There's an old adage, maybe, work smart, not hard. Same thing can be applied here. Let the ball do the running. But at the same time, you need to move off the ball to create those chances. Here we go again. 1v1 situation.
Il reste environ 1 minute et demie au match et le temps supplémentaire de l'arbitre. Le score est toujours 5-1 des Élans de Garneau. So there's only about a minute and a half left, and then we'll go extra time a little bit.
I can't see the referee allowing too much time. There really hasn't been too much stoppage in the second half other than the injury to Drake again. But again, I mean, look at the score. There's really a need to take it to 3-4 minutes,
Donc, d'ici demain, les Élans de Garneau vont jouer les Indiennes du Cégep d'Ahuntsic à 17h30 demain soir. Et puis, les NAIT de Fleming vont jouer un match demain matin, je crois, à 10h contre le Thunder d'Algonquin.
Again, relaxed control by Garneau. And look at this here, running in from behind. Great ball there. Looked like a 50-50 shoulder charge to me, but the referee's a lot closer than I am, and she probably has a better view. But both players and saw the scoreboard. Both players went in pretty good for that ball, and certainly wasn't.
I don't think either team's upset about that call.
No. And see the referee talking.
One game, perhaps. But
I
the
think
score
if
being what it is.
yes, as a matter of fact, I think the officiating's been very good.
I'd say throughout the tournament so far, the officiating's been fantastic. Haven't seen any really tumultuous situations.
No. They've really controlled the match, all matches. There's a
The
shot.
fourth official has indicated a minimum of 2 minutes at a time. 2 minutes at a time.
So you may have heard, Dave, it's only 2 minutes at a time, and I think that's justifiable. Bonne nuit, monsieur.
Donc, l'arbitre vient d'annoncer qu'il va y avoir 2 minutes de temps supplémentaire. On est à la fin du temps du 90 minutes. Ça a l'air comme les élans sont très contents à simplement contrôler le jeu, laisser le temps écouler.
I think it's safe to say that it's in the bag at this time.
It'd be safe to say. They're going to play Algonquin and then at 5:30 it's. Donc, il reste à peine que des secondes dans le match aujourd'hui entre les élans de Garneau et les Knights de Fleming. Les élans ont sûrement le match en main ici. Demain, encore une fois, ils vont affronter l'autre équipe de la RSEQ, les Indiennes d'Ahuntsic, à 17h30.
There it is. There's the final whistle, and the final score is 5-1 for Garneau. Were you surprised?
I was actually surprised that Garneau didn't push it a little bit more. 5-1.
Garneau and Fleming Knights. Garneau 5, Fleming Knights 1.
Garneau surely has the firepower to put up
Absolutely.
a lot of goals.
They didn't let up at all. And, from a Fleming standpoint, I think if they were able to capitalize on those 2 goals that they missed, it may have changed it somewhat. Or, on the other hand, it may have stepped up the level of play for Garneau. Not that they needed to, but at the same time, they may have. But it was a very entertaining game, and congratulations to Garneau and Fleming. And see what happens from here on in.
Either way, I'm sure both these teams are in line for some more exciting games tomorrow.
Absolutely, and we invite all of our friends out there viewing on YouTube to join us tomorrow. Our first game is at 10 o'clock in the morning, and we'll see you then. Have a good night.
La joueuse du match pour les élans de Garneau, le numéro 2, Marie-Michel Métivier.
And for the Fleming Knights, player of the game goes to number 9, Tamara Stark. Well played, both of the teams. Good luck for tomorrow. And all the fans that came into. Thank you all. See you tomorrow.